And I'm going to give you my honest opinion on the Seminole Heights serial killer. Now, going to, I'm not going to cut, I'm not going to beat around the bush about a lot of it. I'm just going to tell you what I think and go from there. I'm going to piss off a lot of people by making a video like this. A lot of people. A lot of people are going to be angry, and a lot of people are going to say, this white boy has no You shouldn't be making a video like this, but I'm going to give it to you straight. Now, we know, I'm not going to sit here and bore you with the facts of the killings or anything like that. I'm only going to give you my basic opinions. We know that there was 4 people killed. Nobody disputes that. We know on the 28th of November, Howell Emmanuel Donaldson III was arrested at his McDonald's job, of all places. We know that the killings started on the 9th of October, and the last one was on the 14th of November of 2017. Nobody disputes that. Nobody is really saying much about it in that regard. So, with that being stated, everything is known. And like I said, this is an opinion, so I'm going to go on with it. I got a lot of problems with this whole entire case, as does everybody. First of all, the killing started on the 9th of October and ended on the 14th of November, and the person was arrested on the 28th of November. That's a 6-week time span. You're telling me that this individual, Howell Donaldson III, who basically works at McDonald's, became undetected for 6 weeks? You got to remember something. Every murder that was committed, the individual left no fingerprints, no evidence whatsoever, no DNA, nothing. He left absolutely nothing at any of the 4 scenes, which blows my mind. Look, people, if I go out there and I take my gun and I kill somebody, I'm going to leave some type of evidence. If you go out there and you kill somebody, you're going to leave some type of evidence. Some type of evidence. It does a hair follicle, some type of DNA, a footprint. This guy left nothing. It's kind of strange. It's almost like if he didn't do it, and whoever did do this, and I'm not saying that the guy did or didn't do it. I'm saying that it's kind of strange that the guy didn't leave some type of evidence. It's just really, really strange. At all 4 murder scenes, nothing. Not a damn thing was left. Nothing. It's kind of a mess. So the guy supposedly committed these murders and then goes to his manager and hands the manager a gun. Now, the gun is legally registered to him. And he says, here to the manager, I'm getting out of town. Here's my gun. Here's my legally registered gun. Here you go. Something's not right there. Something really isn't right there at all. You look at this thing and you say, really, something's not right there. The other problem that I have with this is that the manager turns around and there's a cop sitting right there and he hands the gun to the cop. That doesn't fit well either. There's something really wrong with that one too. The whole thing doesn't make any damn sense. This guy basically, he got away with murdering 4 people. Had he have not been caught or whatever on the 28th of November, he basically would have got away with murdering 4 people, if it's him. I don't think it's him. I really, I find a lot of holes to be punched in all of what everybody says. The first thing is that there's a lot of people going around saying a lot of stupid things, and the media is there. And you got to realize something. Where does the media get their stories from? They get it from the police. That's where the problem comes in at. And basically, when I go back a little bit, this kid who works at McDonald's, gave the police the runaround for 6 weeks. That either shows that this individual, this Howell Donaldson III, was extremely intelligent, or that our police department is full of incompetent Neanderthals. I prefer to think that the police department is full of Neanderthals. I don't. Anybody that works at McDonald's, anybody that's supposed to be that smart, that intelligent, that works at McDonald's, really, come on. I don't see that. So for this video, I'm not going to refer to the police as the police, because that would be respectful. I'm going to call them the Neanderthals, because basically that's what they are, Neanderthals. I have a hard time with a lot of the statements that they've made as well. The Neanderthals really turned around and couldn't catch this guy for 6 weeks. There's something really wrong with that. And like I said, if this guy got away with murdering 4 people, had he have not done that, given that gun, supposedly gave the gun to the manager of the McDonald's, and the cop was sitting right there, that doesn't make any sense. So basically, you have a lot of situation here that really doesn't make any damn sense at all. The other thing that doesn't make any sense, and I don't know if I'm correct in stating this, but I know that once the district attorney got involved in this, and she started threatening the parents of Mr. Donaldson, my question to people out there is this not in violation of law? I mean, these are his witnesses. It'd be like this: if I was an attorney and I start threatening prosecution witnesses in an upcoming case, and I started telling them, these prosecution witnesses, if you testify against my client, I'm going to have the IRS come and rip your life apart, or I'm going to have you lose your job, or something like this. If I did that, I'd be in massive trouble. If I was a lawyer and I did that, I'd be in a lot of trouble. Now, I'm not going to sit here and quote the law or something like that, because really, I don't know the law that much either. All I do know is that something like that sounds illegal. But that's what the district attorney did. The district attorney went to Mr. Donaldson's parents and started threatening them, and told them, if you don't help me convict your kid, we're going to put you in jail. Now, this was after Mr. Donaldson was arrested. And really, that's one would think that a mistrial would be declared, and one would think that this guy's lawyer would be looking at something like this. But the whole problem with the whole thing is that when you look at it, most of your judges out there who are going to decide on a case like this are former prosecutors. They've done crap like this before to people. Most of your judges out there across America are former prosecutors. They're not former defense attorneys. They're former prosecutors. So they've pulled bullshit like this on people, and they've gotten away with it. This district attorney is pulling bullshit on people, and she's getting away with it. If a smart lawyer would see this and start raising hell, and start saying, get a judge in there who isn't connected to the district attorney's office in any way, shape, or form. But we're not going to have that, because let's face it, in order for that to happen, the judge would have to step down, and he'd have to admit that there was something wrong in the case. No, we're not going to have that. We're not going to have some bought and paid for judge do that. So that's where that's going to end. This Howard Donaldson III is not going to get a fair trial. That's fact. The next thing is this. I'm going to skip over to the media. When I was a kid, I grew up near New York City, and I remember when David Berkowitz was going around killing people under the Son of Sam murders, they called it. The media coined that phrase, and really what they did in doing that is they promoted it. This is what the media has done here. They promoted this. They called him the Tampa Bay Killer. They called him the Seminole Heights serial killer. They promoted this. You got to realize something with the media. Where do the media get their information from? They get it from the Neanderthals. They get it from the Neanderthals, and if the Neanderthals tell them something that isn't 100% accurate, nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to give a damn. I mean, who's going to hold the media responsible? Who's going to hold the Neanderthals responsible if they put out a blatant lie on national television? Nobody. The media doesn't have the balls to ask questions, the questions that nobody wants to hear. They don't have the balls to do that. In this case alone, the media should have asked, how in the hell does somebody kill 4 people and not leave a trace of evidence? In this case alone, they should be saying, they should be asking a lot of questions, but they're not. The media is staying silent because, let's face it, they're not going to bite the hand that feeds them. And that's the problem that I have with the media. I don't think that this thing should have been promoted like it was. It's in bad taste. You got a lot of the stuff that goes on in today's world, in the United States and across the world. The media have a lot to play in it. The political situation in this country right now is run amok because of the media on both sides, Democrat and Republican media. Both sides have run amok with stories about this, that, and the other. But getting back to this, the media, the bought and paid for media, as I like to call them, down here in Tampa, nobody's going to hold them accountable for anything that they say or do. And they're not going to start asking questions. If you think that the media is fair and objective, sadly, I'm thinking you're wrong. If you think that they're fair and objective, you're an idiot. You are an idiot. They're not going to ever be fair and objective. I mean, that's what it is. As this trial goes forward and we start to see this, in my opinion, the media is going to play a bigger role in getting this guy executed. That's what their intention is. Now, keep in mind that to date, we haven't been shown any evidence to indicate that this guy is guilty.